Okay, hey guys. So yeah, I don't know why I just decided to play that theme song in the beginning. So yeah, sup you chuckle fucks, it's your boy Dark Raikou here with What If Issei was betrayed and cheated on and reincarnated of Vergil Sparda and had the system. Now that's a long sentence full, and I can never put that in the title because I only have 100 words to actually put in the title. So that's the thing. So that's why I always use the other thumbnail so it can be much more easier. But whatever. So let's get into this what if. It is part 3 of this what if. So yeah, because I had been putting it off for a while. Not because of the fact that I am lazy. No, that's actually a quite good chance of I am lazy. But the fact that I had to kind of go search up what's it called Vergil's skills and abilities, and I just put them into the system. So of course, I don't know if it's good enough, but let me go check. Well, mostly what's it called? So yeah, I just came here to kind of like put what's it called? Mostly just like try to how should I say? Well, do my best in actually calculating the numbers of mostly this what if. But yeah. So this is just the skills and other things for Sparta, other things. He's level 14 right now, as you mentioned. This is all the mostly the levels and other things, and mostly all these that are over here in the far kind of like right will be mostly the kind of ones that he will have right now. So like 1065, that would be his like right now HP. So this is his mana, this is his strength, speed, well mostly stamina, agility, that's his speed, senses are that much, IQ is 145, remaining points that he has, that's how many he will have, and currently right now he hasn't spent them. And of course, this is like passion skills, so Gamer's Mind is level max. Acrolean healing, that means just regeneration, is level 1. Demonic powers manipulation, level 1. Weapon, mostly just weapon knowledge is just level 1. Swordsmanship, hand to hand combat, marksmanship will be level 1. Dark Slayer style level 1. Immortality level max, that's basically because he is a reincarnation of Vergil, making him immortal, so yeah. But that's not the point. I think mostly immortality for them means that they don't age normally. But yeah, or they do. They still die in a certain age. It's just I forgot how you say. Quick reader is just something I gave him, but yeah, level 1. The theme called Bury the Light within. Well, Bury the Light. Level max, yes. We go into active skills. Force field generation, level 1. Duplicate being just clone style, whatever. Level 1. Teleportation level 1. Miracle Blaze. Now, if you don't know what, mirage? What, mirage or miracle? I don't know. I'm just retarded most of the time. Blades are level 1. If you don't know what that is, it's basically those blue blades that he usually summons to attack his opponents, but not the point. Forge Edge and Mirage Edge is basically the same thing, just like mostly Mirage Blade Edge is just mostly Vergil's own kind of technique from what's it called Force Edge. That's basically Sparda's technique, but whatever. I just decided to put them together. I will change it later. Shadow Reality is something I kind of gave him when he uses Yamato. And then there's a Lightning Dash. That should be something that he would just kind of become very quick. Don't worry about that. I will explain later. Class skills, I never did mention this, but class skills will be, what's it called, like Double Trigger, Sin Double Trigger, Whirl of V, Double Creation, and Demonic Energy Arise. Now, if you don't know what the fuck, those two are, I will mention that later, but yeah. Mostly, yes, the class skills is him going to be a Devil Slayer, don't worry about that, but yeah. Now, inventory is where I kind of had it to try to get it right, or maybe, but not the point. So, inventory, his main weapon would be the Yamato. It's a mythical legendary. Of course, a level 10, well, the weapon can level up with, what's it called, Issei. He can actually use the active kind of points to actually put into the Yamato to increase either the damage or whatever. So, the damage is 100 plus. double bringers actually 50 plus. Red Dragon Emperor booster gear is locked. Ascalon is also locked. Barry Wolf is at level 32. He needs to unlock it. And unlock what's it called? Neelian Angelin's Great Sword. If you don't know what that looks like, that's basically Vergil kind of under control. If you don't know what it is. So I didn't even know what this was. I kind of just forgot entirely. But it's pretty much just Vergil being under control of what's it called, that one devil that mostly Sparda defeated, and he was under that control, and then he was just a different person that thought to kick his ass. And I'm not going to go and explain. If you want to go search it up, go search it up, okay? Now, the Great Sword is basically a blue great, like a blue sword. That's a great sword, but yeah. And also then there's this like rare blue lapis dagger that does plus 15 and poison damage is plus 5. But yeah. Not the point. Oh yeah, there's a thumbnail, but yeah. So yeah, that's the thing that I have been doing. So of course I'm not good at calculations and I might fuck it up throughout the video, but that's not the point. Now let me begin into this what if now. So let's begin into this what if now. We go into mostly Issei, or also known as Vergil, kind of just keeps training and of course trying to become stronger. I'm also going to, if you people, well, I'm also going to mention this. I'm going to be putting the theme song of what's it called, Bury the Light, in the background. So yeah, it won't, if you can hear it, or if you can't hear it, that's just, yeah. But let me try to. Now, I don't know how loud that's going to be, but it's best, but I'm just going to put the theme song in the background so I can hear it and actually keep thinking about this what if. But yeah, motivation, okay? That's basically what it is. It's motivation for myself, no one else, but whatever. But not the point. Let me begin into this what if, and yeah. So we go into Issei right now, kind of just like training right now, doing push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, doing a 10k run around mostly the world V. This is mostly a dimension that he's in right now, but yeah, of course he gets kind of like points, level up somewhat, and of course just kind of just getting his body fit enough. This worked well. He was kind of on an A-rank dungeon like a while ago. Mostly he already did like another E-rank dungeon like a while ago. And of course he's keep doing these E-rank dungeons before going onto a D-rank dungeon. Now we go into the D-rank dungeon. Issei is right now kind of using the Devil Springer to kind of just punch the hell out of any of the enemies. And where he's at right now seems to be a falling castle. Yes, he's in a falling castle. What I mean is this castle is literally in ruins. And the enemies that he's fighting are what's called like skeletons that have no armor. Some skeletons that do have armor and some skeletons that have kind of clothing. Now, the skeletons that he's fighting are regular skeletons that can easily get punched by his right fucking hand. His normal kind of human hand, but yeah. But that's not the point. He's using his normal human hand to punch the shit of these skeletons because they don't actually have weapons. They do have kind of some weapons. They do have stone swords. But mostly Issei noticed that mostly these stone swords don't actually hurt him at all because of his, what's it called? So, of course, the levels that he has right now, because he has done like a couple dungeons of E rank, making him kind of level up to being 19. And of course, I did kind of update the stats. I will show them later, but for right now, his durability and endurance is kind of level up to be 190. So, of course, it's both for them. Now, of course, I didn't really put endurance or what's it called, durability in what's it called, mostly the what's it called, stats, because I just completely forgot about them, but yeah. So, of course, this is where Issei just can easily endurance the attacks, because he has also a skill that he managed to activate it. That's also called Demonic Skin. Demonic Skin is a skill that actually helps him from not getting hurt. It's a passion skill, but yeah. So this Demonic Skin is not as strong as normal. If he gets to level it up to a certain max, it will actually become stronger. But for right now, he can actually easily take like stone swords and it won't even affect his health. It will literally just shatter in impact when anything hits him. That also goes for his double bringer. his double bringer is kind of like a 2 times bonus. So of course it does kind of like, if anything that's like if he uses anything like skills or anything with his double bringer, it kind of just becomes a little bit stronger. Like any demonic magic, anything else like let's say that he was going to use mostly Dragon Flames with the double bringer. It would not work. That 2 times bonus, it does not work with like other skills. If it's not demonic energy or some kind of demonic kind of ability, skill, or any of that, it will not work with the double bringer. So yeah, that's all I wanted to mention. So yeah, but of course, let's go into mostly the what if. Of course, this is where he's easily destroying these skeletons, easily kind of kicking them, punching them, and clocking them out. Now, of course, he has unlocked what's called hand-to-hand combat skill, level 1. So yeah. But of course, everything that I mentioned in the beginning, I should just mention, those are things just going to be unlocked throughout this kind of part, okay? So I just don't get too mixed up. Except for the class skills. That will be later on, but don't worry about that. Sorry about that. But we go into mostly Issei kind of punching the shit of the skeletons. They're kind of just weak ass skeletons that are actually lower level than him. They're level 17 while he's level 19, but yeah. He's over here kind of easily destroying what to call these skeletons. Now, of course, this is where he's jumping away from shots from skeleton arrows, because the skeleton arrow still kind of pierces him somewhat. Because somewhat the arrows have a chance to be like iron tip arrows instead of being just regular stone tipped arrows. So of course, the only way he actually realized this is because he thought he was invincible for a couple of seconds until he got shot by an iron fucking spear, like a bow and arrow that had a tip of a fucking iron spear, making him kind of bleed and realizing that that was the stupidest idea for him to think that he was invincible. But yeah. But we go into mostly Issei kind of rushing towards these skeletons. This is where he's punching the shit out of the archer skeletons. That's what they are. Mostly the archer skeletons are trying to shoot at him, but mostly he's easily taking them out. But yeah, I should also mention that he's actually at the lower level of the castle. So yeah, he needs to climb up, but don't worry about that. This is where, well, he dodges some things like multiple attacks that were actually trying to hit him. But yeah. This is where, well, he punches the shit out of more skeletons, kind of pushing them out of the way and kind of easily destroying them. But yeah, this is where, well, he can easily also dodge by mostly any like shots I should mention. His sensory is pretty high, so of course mostly his 5 senses actually allow him to kind of be able to dodge arrows pretty easily. But that's not just all. He also has a 6th sense called Demonic 6th Sense. But yeah. Mostly another skill that he managed to activate. But yeah, it's a passion skill. So I just made the music a little bit much more louder in the background so I can actually hear it. But yeah. But that's not the point. Let me begin into... sorry, I keep rambling on. Sorry about that. But yeah. But we go into Issei kind of easily destroying these skeletons. And of course, where another skeleton appears, mostly more skeletons keep appearing out of nowhere. But of course... these skeletons seem to be a little bit more having clothes on than just regular skeletons that had mostly a stone sword and no clothes. But these kind of skeletons have basically armor of like leather and having mostly another, or kind of having stone sword. But yeah, this is where they rush at Issei, but the stone sword still break and impact on Issei. Issei easily punches the shit out of them. This is where his skin, mostly his demonic skin, actually kind of levels up, becoming level 2, and he's actually more resistance now. Of course, this is where he can be resistant to iron swords now. This is where, well, Issei keeps kind of running straight through the skeletons, easily just beating the shit out of them. But yeah, this is where, well, let me kind of go put that there. Okay, let me make that proper more often. Stone weapons, not just stone swords. Stone weapons will be level 1, and iron weapons is the next level for him being resistant to. But yeah. But of course, that's not the point. His hand-to-hand combat did become a little bit much better. It's kind of just him. Mostly he was just throwing hands and of course like kicking and easily destroying. But now it's just him having a kind of formal battle stance than him just randomly punching and easily taking out skeletons. It's more kind of professional. It's kind of like a boxing style. But yeah. Of course, well, he keeps just rushing through, kind of punching his way through these skeletons. And when he gets to the first now level, he was actually at the very bottom level, so that would be 0 level. Now he's at the first level. And what he sees are skeletons with actual armor, but they're not in professional armor. It's like armor that kind of fell off of them. Mostly they have chest plates and some with helmets. Some of them have helmets. Some of them don't have helmets. Some of them also have kind of leggings or mostly boots, but they don't have it fully. But yeah. Of course, this is where Issei doesn't really care and just rushes through. Now, these skeletons do have iron swords. Issei grabs one of the swords from one of the skeletons and uses it to actually cut the other kind of skeletons. Now, of course, the iron sword that he has it actually does only plus 10 damage. Way weaker than his dagger and way weaker than the Yamato that he has, but whatever. He uses it to even just cut these skeletons because he doesn't actually want to lose the durability of what's it called, the two weapons that he has. So the dagger has 500 durability, while the Yamato has about 10,000 durability. Now, the reason why they actually have durability is because of the system. But yeah. Now, of course, that's not the point. That's mostly similar to also RPGs. RPG games, if let's say in RPG games you have like some kind of iron sword and you use it for 500 times and then it just suddenly breaks. That's mostly what RPG games kind of have. But yeah. So I don't remember, let me actually, before I keep continuing on, I don't remember much of solo leveling about the whole system. I just remember it being kind of like a similar thing of like an RPG game. So I'm going off with RPG games at the same time like solo leveling. So yeah. Now the system isn't made by the evil god, so I already did mention that last time. But that's not the point. Of course, we go into Issei kind of, being easily able to destroy these skeletons. Now he's going up to the second floor. The second floor actually has now more armor skeletons. These skeletons actually have fully armor on. Iron armor with an iron sword. Some of them actually has bow and arrows with iron tips. But some of them also has a crossbow with iron tip like bolts. And these bolts are actually pretty big. They're not like flimsy arrows. So yeah. This is where Issei said, oh great. Well, I gotta kind of defeat these things. Also, some of them have shields. So yeah. This is where Issei rushes towards one of them that had a shield. Uses the sword to easily kind of jump over, mostly using the sword to stab on the ground. And of course, like, fling himself over that skeleton that had a shield. Uses Doublebringer to punch this guy in the head, like, on top of the head. And making his, like, whole body just crush. But yeah, he just, like, slammed the guy's skull. Because it is a skeleton. And just easily destroy it. But yeah, because of the Doublebringer doing 50 plus damage. Doesn't work well. He then managed to kind of attain the shield and use the shield to kind of block some of the arrows that are actually smashing into him. And a bolt managed to actually pierce through it. But of course, not fully. It actually almost hit Issei, and Issei said, oh shit, that shit would have killed me. This is where, Issei kind of still uses the shield to just block off some of the arrows and kind of rushes towards one of the skeletons that had a bow and arrow and uses the kind of shield to just whack the shit out of him by using the Doublebringer. Mostly he just uses his right hand to whack the shit out of the skeleton with the shield and then uses his left hand that had the Doublebringer to punch the shit out of it and fully kill it. This is where he then gets a bow and arrow with a couple of arrows. This is where, it kind of says mostly archer arrow, mostly archer bow and arrow kind of being common, and of course where the arrows are actually kind of uncommon because they're iron tips. This is where, he kind of uses the iron tip arrows to try to snipe off the, snipe off the ones with the crossbow. Of course, he saw the crossbow users and they're pretty far. This is where, not too far like the archers are, some of the archers are, but of course this is where he uses some of the arrows to try to snipe them off. He managed to kind of snipe them towards mostly hitting the arm to making them kind of lose that arm because they're skeletons. So of course getting shot by an arrow with an iron tip and hitting the bones is pretty easily to lose them off. This is where, Issei kind of just say good. This is where, he rushes towards mostly skeletons with the mostly the kind of crossbow, but they still had a bolt on it and tried to shoot at Issei. Issei managed to use his, mostly his double bringer to try to catch the two bolts. He managed to catch one, but one of them managed to pierce him or hit him in the shoulder. But of course, not piercing him because, well, he forgot that he had demonic skin. Yeah, demonic skin, and it was level 2, so of course, not many iron weapons can actually hurt him. Which he just realized that he did all that for nothing, but of course, mostly he leveled up something called Reflex. Mostly Reflex is now level, what's it called, 2, but yeah. Or, well, not level 2, mostly he has something called Reflex that he managed to unlock, but yeah. And of course, it's just him kind of being able to, be flexible much better, but yeah. Now, of course, Issei just decided to rush up to the other remaining skeletons and just destroy them by easily kind of punching the shit out of them with his double bringer. This is where, Issei then goes up. He did kind of level up on that level and became level 20. I will mention the stats later, but for right now, we will go on to him kind of going up. We go into mostly mostly not level 3, mostly him going up and being on floor 3. This is where, he noticed that these skeletons are like the same like in the ones at the bottom. So of course it was mostly the same kind of strategy by just running up and either destroying the ones with the bolts. But yeah, of course we go on to him going to stage 4, or mostly not stage 4, floor 4, and it's just them kind of a little bit more geared than just normal regular iron armor. It's actually somewhat, some of them kind of having this golden armor, but it wasn't as strong as iron armor. Now, of course, Issei doesn't give a damn and easily destroys him. Of course, it's just him kind of going up from stage, there's actually like 10 floors, and he managed to kind of defeat all the way up to 8th floor. Now we go into 8th floor because I'm just going to time skip it. Of course, Issei is now in, what's it called, floor 8, and it's him kind of dealing with 2 archers, mostly 2 bolt users that are actually the crossbow, and actually 2 very flexible kind of armor, like not hand-to-hand combat, mostly like sword-to-sword combat. Now, of course, let me mention and how the kind of like skeletons look like. The skeletons have diamond armor on. Of course, this is where 2 of them has 2 diamond swords, like katana swords, that are pretty fast. And of course, this is where but at the same time, even though they're supposed to be flexible, they are flexible, but they're not that fast. Of course, they're also tanky, quite well tanky, but yeah. The armor kind of slows them down, but yeah. This is where it's also the bolt users, and the bolt users are with diamond armor and like diamond crossbows. Think of it like Minecraft. If you have never played Minecraft, there's some mods that allow what's it called skeletons to have diamond armor and somewhat diamond bow, what's it called, crossbow, which is a pain in the ass most of the time if you're lower level. But not the point. Let's say that I don't know if anyone has ever played Minecraft Hexit or whatever it's called. It's a mod where, yeah, you get the point. There's a bunch of like dungeons and other things. I don't know if anyone has ever played where you kind of go into one of the dungeons, and if you're not very professional skill, you're gonna get your ass kicked from if you go all the way on top and fight against these diamond like skeletons, diamond zombies or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Then again, I think Minecraft is considered an RPG, isn't it? Well, wait. So yeah, Minecraft is kind of considered an RPG game, somewhat, but not the point. Mostly we go into Issei kind of just dodging these goddamn like diamond skeletons, and of course actually activating the Yamato now. This is where he activates it, and of course he has it in his hand now. This is where he pulls out the blade, and of course this is where the theme song just plays in the background. Bury the light within. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna sing. Okay. So yeah, you hear this in the background. But yeah. But not the point. We go into Issei kind of just running up towards what's it called, the enemies that he has to fight against. Now, of course, some of the diamond skeletons try to like use the sword to try to cut at his head, which Issei managed to dodge by ducking under. Or not ducking under, by sliding under the 2 attacks, or mostly the 4 attacks. He basically just push, but well, mostly kind of like slide, kind of like if you're running up, well, mostly like running in like a slippery hallway, you would normally either kind of just like what's it called, dolphin dive or whatever bullshit, if you want to hurt yourself that much, or you can just use your knees. That's what he did. He pushed both of his knees down to kind of slide and kind of like put his head towards mostly the back by moving his head like backwards, so he can actually twist his kind of body from actually, well, not being decapitated. Which he does that, and this is where, well, Issei then jumps up and swings swings the Yamato strike towards the enemy, and this is where the Yamato easily cuts through, well, the two, what's it called, diamond users. Now, of course, the Yamato can easily cut through anything. Like, I do want to mention, this Yamato is easily able to cut through anything. That's what the status kind of says. Yamato, the blade that can cut through anything. But yeah. Now, of course, that's not the point. Let me go into the what if. This is where, well, Issei then goes straight towards the bolt users. And of course, with still Yamato in his hand, he's right now cutting through the bolts in an instant, just deflecting them or cutting them. And this is where he's running straight towards the two bolt users. The both of them could just widen their eyes and they easily get cut down. But yeah. This is where Issei then kind of sighs, and this is where he then says, well, his level kind of level up twice, or not even level up twice, level up, well, yeah, twice, and he's now level 21. But yeah, I'll mention about the status later, but right now, I'm gonna kind of go up to mostly floor 9. Now, when he gets to floor 9, it's more difficult. There's more, what's it called, diamond users are actually trying to attack him. But of course, Issei managed to cut them down with the Yamato by either, what's it called, using, like, the skills of passion or whatever. Well, mostly, he can't really use his passion skills, but you get the point. He's just kind of leveling up some of the passion skills. This is where, when he was level 21, he didn't actually see this, but he can actually do an active skill now. And this active skill was actually leveled up when he actually hit 21. And that skill is actually called duplicate, being able to do a clone, which he notices at the last second before getting hit by a bolt. And this is where, when the clone appears, the clone had to get hit by the bolt, but instead of disappearing like a normal shadow clone, this clone is actually made with demonic energy, or mostly mana. But yeah. But this is where, well, Issei kind of noticed the clone kind of bleed out. Mostly he's bleeding out some blue energy, but that's just mana. So of course the clone just rushes in and cutting down the enemy with the Yamato, because it does have a clone version of the Yamato. But this clone version of the Yamato can't cut through anything that much. So yeah, because it's only the clone version. But that's not the point. We go into mostly Issei kind of, well, now rushing up through this like floor 9 and easily destroying them. We go into floor 10. Of course, he leveled up again and being level, what's it called, 22. But we go up to mostly floor 10. And the floor 10 that he has to fight is no skeletons. Which is, he's confused but sees a chest in the middle. Now, of course, this Issei isn't stupid. He knows that there might be a trap somewhere. Now, of course, he's looking around and sees no trap. But when he gets close to the chest by walking slowly, he then feels like his instincts are telling him to just jump away in an instant, which he does. Of course, this is where the chest that was just standing there gets crushed in an instant, and this is where a huge figure appears. Right now, well, couldn't really open his eyes because it doesn't have eyes, but this is where eye sockets right now appear with a reddish glow in his eyes, like a red kind of glow of energy. This is where, think of it like Sam's if you think about it from like Undertale, but not the point. This is where, well, this huge figure has a golden crown on top of his head. This is where, well, he's wearing like this, like royal kind of outfit, having a huge club, like a huge, like metal club. And of course, this is where it roars at Issei. It has what's called 80,000 health. Strength is unbelievable because this is actually called the King of Skeletons. This is where, well, he sees the skeleton. This is where the skeleton is right now roaring at him and rushes straight towards Issei. Right now trying to use the club to try to crush him. Issei managed to jump away in an instant because he noticed that, well, the speed and strength of the skeleton is so off the charts. But of course, this is where, well, the skeleton keeps trying to attack him. This is where Issei just had to run away from the skeleton. He does use the Yamato, and he managed to cut a bit of the, what's it called, club. But this is where the skeleton goes in rage and tries to just grab one of the pillars. And right now takes off the pillar off of, well, mostly its place and tried to whack it at Issei. Issei hides behind one of the pillars, and of course that pillar that the skeleton was using, breaking an instant destroy. Issei says, damn it, this son of a bitch. This thing is stronger than normal. Even if I use what's called my Double Bringer or even the Yamato, would it be able to do enough damage? No. But then again, the Yamato can't cut through anything, so it's better to cut through that damn club. This is where, well, he then has the Yamato in his hand, mostly in his right hand, so of course he rushes straight towards what's it called, the giant skeleton, but this is where he then uses, what's it called? He then kind of uses passion skill, or mostly not passion skill, active skill. Bleh. Active skill. He uses duplicate. Now, of course, he managed to summon out two of them because he can use a little bit more mana. But yeah, this is where, well, both of them rushes at, well, the giant skeleton king. Now, of course, they managed to cut at him and do some damage, doing about at least 1,000 damage. But of course, they were, well, the skeleton just roars and easily just destroys him by just a roar. This is where, well, both of the clones just dissipates into mana and going back into Issei. Now, of course, it was just half the mana that he uses, but yeah. The other half of the mana got dispelled, but yeah. Issei sighs and, of course, still rushing straight towards the skeleton. Now, of course, he would have used Shadow Reality, but he doesn't know how much damage that would actually do. So, of course, he's rushing and fighting against what's it called, giant skeleton. But this is where he managed to not be able to dodge this mostly slam of, well, the club. And of course the club was actually able to hit him and smash him into one of the, what's it called, pillars. This is where Issei's eyes were closing and seeing the giant skeleton get closer. But yeah, the giant skeleton was now at what's it called, like 5,055. But yeah, this is where, well, the skeleton was going straight towards him. In a manner of speed of like rushing straight towards him, but in walking speed. This is where, well, Issei said, damn it, I can't pass out. This is where, well, his health is right now at 200. Very close to being dead, but yeah. Issei said, damn it, that thing, there's so much damage. 800 damage. Fuck. This is where he coughs up a little bit of blood. Of course, he's kind of remembering a memory that he remembers from his past life. This is where, well, he remembers the pain and like what's it called, like this suffering and pain and sadness, but of course the determination never to give up. And this is where, well, he remembers the brown-haired boy saying, damn it, this pain in my legs, they hurt like hell. No, but I won't give up, because I'll make you pay. This is where, well, the brownish-haired boy kind of said. Of course, his eyes are still kind of like closed, and of course he can't remember this boy's name. This is where the person says, because my name is Issei Hiro. This is where, well, a red gauntlet that appears on this boy actually appears, being, what's it called, a red gauntlet. Of course, this is where green gem, and of course, kind of like leveling up to the second stage, being the, what's it called, second liberation. I think that's what it did. I forgot. Fuck. But I'm gonna just change it for him to actually activate second liberation when he was fighting against a kind of black-haired girl with magenta eyes, being Rainer. But yeah, this is where, well, Rainer was shocked to see the boosted gear in second liberation. But yeah, this is where he then chuckles and says, I won't give up like that boy neither. Because my name is Vergil Sparda. All I need is more power. This is where Issei then clenches his right hand. And of course, where, well, the Yamato was like literally beside him because he just managed to get out of the, what's it called, pillar. And of course, the Yamato was like right in, well, beside him. And this is where he says, all I need is more power. And he clenches his, what's it called, right hand. This is where, well, his right hand started glowing with the greenish gem and a reddish kind of aura. This is where, well, Issei didn't care that much. He grabbed the Yamato, and this is where Issei rushes straight toward the skeleton. This is where the skeleton was about to hit him with a club, and the skeleton's like, roaring at Issei. Issei was about to get hit until something said, boost! This is where, well, Issei managed to jump up in the sky, being able to dodge the giant skeleton. Issei was surprised, but this is where, well, Draig was also more surprised when he awoken suddenly. This is where, well, he was confused because he sees his partner. No, it can't be. Draig was more confused, but he did kind of use the booster gear. Almost Issei was managing to use the booster gear. This is where the booster gears right now appear on being, well, the second liberation in his, what's it called, right hand. This is where, well, Issei is now over the skeleton. This is where, well, Issei then just spins from the, what's it called, on top, well, being from the top and just spinning down. And this is where Issei managed to use the Yamato to stab into the skeleton's head. This is where crit damage. And even more of the fact that mostly the boosted gear did boost again. So, of course, the Yamato, instead of just doing 200 damage from the beginning of that boost, it now did 400 damage. But from the fact that it stabbed into the skeleton's head, it managed to kind of, like, did a crit damage about 4,000 HP. Or not 4,000 HP, mostly, what's it called? The Yamato wasn't just getting boosted up by the boosted gear, but also kind of being used by the Double Bringer somewhat. The Double Bringer, even though the Double Bringer is supposed to be the Yamato, which it is, it still had it boosted up from the fact that Issei used this passion skill called the theme song, which the theme song does boost up his, what's it called, mostly his skills, but yeah. So of course it did 800 damage from the head, but this is where Issei says, screw it. This is where, well, the booster gear then boosted up again, but this time it boosted up twice, saying boost, boost. Yeah, it just skipped over the 10-second delay for some reason. This is where, well, Issei said, reality shatter. This is where, well, he puts it into the sheath that he had in his left hand, and of course, this is where, well, he kind of sheathed it and then unsheathed it really fast, but this is where he sheathed it back. This is where, well, the theme song actually appeared calling. The song starts playing. So yeah, this is where Issei managed to kind of just like destroy the skeleton in an instant by just shattering reality, but at the same time destroying the skeleton into pieces by just cutting into so many pieces. This is where Issei managed to just bring the Yamato back into the Double Bringer and still having the boosted gear next to him. This is where Issei kind of said, that was so close. This is where, well, he sees the, well, mostly a blue screen popped up right in front of him. But this is where it says level up 4 times, making him believe that he leveled up to being 26, then 22, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei then passes out. This is where, well, the system decides to just kind of put him back at the world of V. So yeah, this is where, well, we go into Issei's Mindscape, and this is where, well, Issei kind of just thinks, where the hell am I? Damn it, am I in world V or did I just died? This is where, well, there's flames actually appearing around him, reddish flames, but suddenly just becoming blue flames that were actually, well, there was reddish flames appearing right in front of him, but there were also red flames surrounding him. But before that, they became blue in an instant. Mostly the flames that were surrounding him, they became blue. But this is where, well, something appeared right in front of him. A western red dragon with green eyes. This is where, well, he snorted and says, so you're my new partner. No, you're not my new partner. You're my old partner, Issei Hyodo. This is where, well, this is where Vergil says, what are you talking about? Issei Hyodo? The name's Vergil Sparda. I do not understand who you're talking about. This is where, well, Draig seems surprised. But he can feel the energy. He can feel his, like, brother. He can feel the man that he believed him to be his brother. Mostly his partner. This is where, well, it's still Issei, but mostly Issei saying that his name is Vergil Sparda, and having no clue of this person named Issei Hyodo. This is where Draig concluded that mostly Issei has amnesia, and mostly concluded his name would be Vergil Sparda. This is where, well, Draig says, I see. So you're not Issei Hyodo. Do you not know of an Issei Hyodo? This is where Draig questioned. This is where, well, Vergil shakes his head and says, again, the only person that I know is me, and me alone. This is where, well, Draig he kind of just shook his head thinking that mostly, well, yeah, he shook his head thinking that Issei really has amnesia and not remembering anything. This is where, well, Issei says, but then again, I have strange memories of a brown-haired boy it's kind of calling himself, what was it, Issei? I can't remember. But for some reason I have strange memories of those glimpses of that man or child. But I don't care. Again, my name is Vergil Sparda. Does it work well? Mostly Draig seems to see that Issei is trying to remember it. And seeing that his partner is actually trying to get his memories back, his face suddenly becomes all happy in an instant. Does it work well? Mostly for Vergil, seeing this, it just kind of weirded him out in an instant. Just seeing the dragon become happy and crying in tears of joy. Now, of course, it worked well. He says, "Are you okay, Red Dragon?" Does it work well? Draig says, "I'm so sad you forgot my name, but then again, I'm just happy to be with you." Issei. This is where he tries to hug Issei. Issei managed to jump away, thinking that this red dragon's insane. But yeah, this is where Draig is saying, "Alright, I keep forgetting that you're Issei, but I really want you to be Issei. Please tell me you're Issei." This is where, mostly Draig is happy that he's not actually incarnated into another, another user for them to abuse the boosted gear. But he's happy to be with Issei. He just remembered, the only thing that Draig has to remember is the last thing that he saw his partner do, saying goodbye to him and hoping that mostly Draig gets a stronger kind of host. But now he's back, but not with another person, but mostly his host. And his host managed to activate him again, even though with amnesia. This is where, Draig is happy, saying, "You're back. I'm happy to be with you. Please don't ever scare me like that, Issei." This is where, Vergil says, again, Vergil Sparda, not Issei. This is where, he mostly tricked out and saying, "God, I'll call you Vergil." This is where in Draig's mind says, "I'm calling you Issei no matter what, I don't give a damn." This is where, Issei nodded and says, "Where exactly am I anyway?" This is where, mostly Draig noticed Issei, but this is where he noticed the flames that were usually around, mostly that surrounds Issei most of the time, turn blue in an instant. This is where, mostly this is something that's connected with Sparda, mostly Vergil himself. Now, it's not something that mostly in the games would be, but mostly something that I'm going to give to Vergil, or Vergil and the skills or something. It is called, what's it called? These flames that Issei has, it's called mostly Vergil's flames, being a bluish kind of color because of mostly the bluish power that he has of demonic energy. So yeah, these blue flames are just mostly Vergil's kind of own flames. Now, I don't think, what's it called, Dante has flames? No, mostly, yeah, they don't use flames, but I'm gonna just say he does have flames. And these blue flames are crackling with kind of lightning around it, but yeah. This is where, mostly Draig notices and says, "What the flames are like around him, and yet they're not my flames no more. They're his flames. I do also feel the demonic energy. Yet the demonic energy," he's actually all thinking this in his head. "Yet the demonic energy are not from the evil pieces. No, he's not with that red-haired bitch no more. Yes, my partner's free, but then again, the demonic energy isn't from that red-haired bitch, and no longer with the demons themselves. The devil's, mostly the demonic energy feels like a devil slayer, but at the same time a devil himself. Did my partner become something so amazing without me? Damn it, I wish I was there with him. Damn it, but he also has amnesia." This is where, Draig is just happy to see Issei again. Of course, where, at the same time he's kind of seeing Issei in a different light. He has white hair. Basically, if you want to think about it, his hair is like white hair but slicked back. At the same time looking like Gojo Satoru, but at the same time, what's it called? He has blue eyes, are also similar to like Gojo Satoru's eyes. So yeah. Well, this is where, Issei has this like black outfit suit, and this is where, Draig is saying, "God damn, my partner is right now in like this fashionable style." Not gonna lie, this is where mostly Draig says something out loud, saying, "Hey, Vergil, what do you think about harems?" This is where, Vergil right now looks at him and says, "The fuck are you going on? What the hell is a harem?" This is where Draig says, "I see." This is where he then thinks in his head, "Oh right, he has amnesia. He doesn't know what the fuck a harem is." This is where, Draig thinks in his head, then again, if my partner is not into harems, does that make him not want to be that harem king. But then again, mostly with this look and like fashionable look and other things, there's no way in hell no girl will be resisting him at all. He's going to need a harem for being a dragon and a devil slayer. He's definitely needing a harem. This is where, well, mostly Draig is thinking in his head. This is where Draig is now thinking in his head, who will be perfect with Issei? This is where, well, Vergil said, hey, dragon, how the hell do I get out of here? Vergil said. This is where, well, Draig might just snap out of his thoughts and say, oh, yeah, you can leave. I will, contact you later if you need any help or whatever. Just meditating, you can get towards me. This is where, well, Issei said, okay. He closes his eyes and just kind of leaves. This is where blue flames kind of surround him and just make him disappear. This is where Draig is surprised. He's saying, okay, those blue flames are so fucking cool. Damn it. Still, he's not a dragon. He's just a demonic user. Still, the magic feels so much more powerful. He feels so much more powerful. He was basically training without me. Still, I'm happy that I'm not with some abusive asshole. That's not the point. Now, what to do? Still, harem. Issei. Look. He's thinking of a couple of people from the Chaos Brigade, and this is where, well, he's then saying, kit. He's calculating very evilly. This is where when Issei gets out of his mindscape and comes back into reality, he's right now sitting on the throne, his plastic white chair, and of course, where, well, Issei gets up. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the plastic white chair, but it's just a meme. No, I'm just kidding. He is sitting on the throne. This is where, well, he gets up and then just looks at his stats. He leveled up to being 26, and I will mention about his stats later. But this is where, well, we go into mostly passion skills and mostly active skills. His active skills, he has unlocked something new. So we go into mostly active skills, and of course he does have duplicating and kind of unlock. He also has this one down here that's called, well, he does have Shadow Reality also unlocked, and this is where he has the last one called V Blue Flames. Level 1 unlock, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is just confused. Of course, he also has the boosted gear unlock. And this is where, well, he says, well, that's quite interesting. Very interesting. I'm level 26. And this is where Issei's thinking in his head. I unlock a dragon. That's weird. It's like he's, hey, what the fuck is that? Sorry. Hold the fuck up, what the hell? Okay, sorry for kind of like, kind of getting scared. It's because I saw a huge ass bug and I was just confused thinking that was a bee. But yeah, I managed to kill it, yeah. But I was kind of like walking through the dark, so I should mention. Because I have a little hallway and I thought that was a bee and I'm scared of fucking bees, but yeah. But not the point, it's just a huge ass bug. Which I don't even know how the fuck it got in here. I'll figure out that later. But mostly we go into Issei. And of course, well, Issei is kind of just wondering, how do I have a dragon? No, more importantly, how does he know me? No, wait a minute. Damn, double triggers kind of fire song. No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, that it is a fire. Not the point. Mostly, Issei is right now wondering, saying, still, the dragon knows a little bit more than I do. Who exactly is he? And why did he call me Issei? Then again, I remember that freaking name somewhere. From that memory. Yes, that memory. I remember that boy's name saying his name is Issei Hyodo, the Red Dragon Emperor. But that Red Dragon, is it the same Red Dragon as from the memory? I'm so confused. So very, very confused. Am I Issei or am I Vergil? But I remember when I was waking up that my name was Vergil. Someone said that my name was Vergil Sparda. And it even says in the system Vergil Sparda. It doesn't say Issei Hyodo. This is where Issei looks into the, what's it called, system. And this is where the system says Issei Hyodo. Vergil Sparda or Issei Hyodo. This is where Vergil and Issei, mostly the same person I should just mention, just said, what? So I am this Issei Hyodo. This is where, well, Issei says, but I don't have any recommendation or even knowledge of this person existing. Uh, do I... What do I have? What's that thing called again? Anisha. Is that what I have? Maybe that's what I have. But why do I have it? And why can't I remember this Issei? But I can't even remember who exactly Vergil Sparda is. Why? Issei thinks to himself, right now complicating and right now wondering why he can't remember anything. He wants to find out the truth now. He wants to know who exactly he is. Is he Vergil Sparda or is he Issei? The Red Dragon confirming that his name is Issei. But at the same time, or apparently wondering if it is, but at the same time the system is telling him that he was Vergil Sparda when he began with. He doesn't understand. Yet he feels like he's one person, but with two souls. He's confused. He's very confused. He's very confused and tired at the same time. This is where Issei complicates if he wants to continue on and leveling up and becoming stronger. Or should he just study and figure out who exactly this Issei is, or this Vergil Sparda is? This is where, well, Issei right now decides to think about it and decides to finally, figure out the answer. He will continue leveling up. He will continue becoming stronger because that is the only way for him to actually figure out who he is. Is he Vergil Sparda or Issei? But at the same time, when he was thinking all this, he for some reason got a chill, and for some reason that dragon is planning something evil. So yeah, we go back into Draig saying, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do to Issei. Kick. But then again, I'm no longer called the Red Dragon Opie Lover because no one will ever remember that. Well, maybe some people. But does Sir Zax? Well, definitely Hansel probably knows about this. But does Sir Zax and Michael even know about Issei's death? And if how would that affect him? Then again, Issei needs to fight against Sir Orcus. But then again, Issei doesn't even know who exactly Sir Orcus is. This is where Draig is right now going overboard with the knowledge and trying to figure out what to do. This is where, he doesn't know how long he has been with Issei or how long he's been asleep or whatever. This is where, Draig is saying, what should I do? That's it. I know what to do. I will ask Issei and how to get out of here. Out of this weird dimension that he's been in. I can only see the memories of mostly his past life, yet he doesn't remember them. But of course, they're locked to him. Of course, and again, there's also the memories that I have seen. And not gonna lie, all the skills and fights that he has been using, quite interesting. Now, Draig cannot see the system that much. I will mention why that would be the case, but that's not the point. That's where Issei said. Mostly Draig said, damn. My partner has becoming strong slowly by himself, and I have been just here, sitting and sleeping. No, I will help my partner. Maybe I can transform him into a dragon. If that's the case, he will become this demon slayer dragon. Well, mostly the dragon demon slayer. That would be so cool. He'd be able to cut down these demons. Yes, and kill those damn demon horse and those damn demon bastards. And also that damn fallen angel. Yes, Draig is right now planning and becoming sinister and evil. Of course, for some reason he has such an evilish mind to do this because of how much they hurted his partner. But of course, Draig is confused and why Issei doesn't have Dragonfall no more. But there is only there's two ways to kind of relieve the Dragonfall. Is either kind of Issei mating with another girl, or kind of finding another mate and using the dragon's mark to kind of like put on the girl. Or there was another way, but mostly he is confused in how Issei has the mark. Of course, or doesn't have the mark. Mostly how he doesn't have the dragon's fall. Of course, is where he doesn't bother to question any further. Instead, goes on with his evil plan. But we go into Issei kind of not caring less, but we go into a couple of days just passing by. Issei has been training, doing more D-rank missions, of course, with Draig by his side, of course, helping him out in how to use the Red Dragon Gauntlet much easier, and giving him pointers and other things. Of course, Issei, with his knowledge of being, his IQ being pretty high, he decides to start kind of just being able to, fight against, any enemy. pretty easily in using either the Red Dragon boosted gear or even his god, what's it called, the Devil Bringer. Now, of course, he doesn't just abuse them, well, either together or just by themselves. He doesn't actually just abuse it that much. He uses sometimes combat skill like the knowledge and like skills that he kind of got from some of the books that he has also been reading upon. But yeah, but we go into a time skip about 30, well, not 30 days. Yeah, 30 days. And of course, I'll mention the level he's at. But for right now, we go into somewhere else. Somewhere else being a mysterious place. This is where this person is right now kind of using two guns to blast two devils down. And of course, this person has longish kind of white hair, kind of going down towards mostly his neck. And this is where, well, he's kind of just saying, jackpot. He says jackpot, of course, it's a third person. And this is where, well, he then has a weird feeling that he feels this weird energy, but it's from somewhere. Of course, this is where, well, he's confused, but doesn't really care. For some reason, that familiar energy feels like his older brother. It was older brother from a different, like, world, a different timeline from this world, but of course, this where, well, he's confused. Feels like Vergil or Vergil or whatever. But if he's here, or if he's not here, where is he entirely? Yet I feel his energy, but I can't. Does that mean near where the others came, or maybe find where he's at later? This is where a red kind of screen pops right in front of him, saying you have leveled up. Your new mission, well, new long quest mission, is to find your older brother, Vergil Sparda. This is where, well, it then says mostly the quest name. Mostly it says little brother finding older brother. This is where, well, the person says, I guess this is interesting. The system really is confusing as fuck at the time. I don't even have a brother in this mostly. Maybe I did have a brother in this world life. Man, I forgot everything. But that's confusing as hell. Then again, I do have glimpses of memories of Vergil. Still. Maybe Vergil's not a prick in this one. This is where the person says. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's not. I will never know until I find out. Don't worry, Vergil. I'll find you. Your little brother will always find you. Somehow. This is where, well, mostly in this person's mind, well, mostly someone says in, like, inside this person's mind, saying, really, Dante? You're going to go find your brother? I hope he's stronger than you. Actually, I hope he's much better, much more, like, stoic, much more better, and much more, like, stronger than you, Dante Sparda. This is where, well, mostly the person, mostly now known as Dante, said, oh, screw you, blue dragon, you goddamn lizard, always annoying me in my fucking... Why do I have a blue dragon? Why couldn't you be red? This is where the blue dragon scoffs and says, red? Fuck you. This is where, well, Dante says, shut the fuck up, I'm not going. I'm going to go buy pizza. Fuck off. This is where, well, Dante walks off, but yeah. This is where, well, we now go into mostly the three factions, and of course, this is where, well, the three factions are dealing with mostly the upcoming raiding games. Of course, this is where Azo hasn't been able to find where Issei is at, but mostly he wanted to talk to Issei and about his, like, sacred gear and other stuff. Of course, where, well, Azo also has to keep the secret that he has, what's it called, effed his girlfriend or one of his girlfriends, but yeah. Of course, where, well, that's not the point. Now, of course, Surgex is confused and where Issei's at. Mostly they have been worried because it's been 30 days and they haven't really found him. Now, of course, Michael has no clue in where he's at. And yeah. But of course, we go into a different group. And of course, where, well, mostly, well, we go into mostly a sleeping cat. The sleeping cat, well, with dark black hair. Of course, yellowish eyes and two tails. Of course, with a busty figure, kind of say, yeah, Issei-kun. Yeah, right there. This is where she's sleeping and, of course, saying some embarrassing things that a certain white-haired female is right now next. And, of course, this is where, well, she's kind of getting embarrassed and what the fuck mostly Kuroka is saying. This is where, well, Valerie says, you damn horny cat, can't you ever shut up most of the time? This is where, well, mostly someone in mostly this white hair female's head says, well, you're not, what's it called? This is where, well, mostly the person or whoever it was inside this person's head, this white haired girl's head, said, well, you're not really a saint yourself, Valerie. I have seen and heard the thoughts in your sleep and also just sometimes in your mind. Not even Jesus Christ. God damn, Valerie. Calm down. I know you also have a fucking huge ass crush for your fucking rival, but goddamn, can you stop? I do not want you to think about it. I don't want to see your memories again. I just wish I could just wipe my memories until I have amnesia. Fuck it. This is where, well, mostly Valerie glares at her sacred gear and says, shut up, what's it called, Albion? It's not my fault that mostly Issei was the only one to kind of impress me with his skills and bravery. Man, where is he? This is where, well, Albion says, what? So you can, oh, what? You want to know where your freaking rival's at so you can absolutely fuck his brains out? This is where, well, mostly Valerie's blushing in an instant saying, shut up. This is where, well, mostly Kuroka says, yes, yes, Red Dragon, yes, like that, I want Red Baby Dragon. And this is where she's just kind of going on, but yeah. This is where, well, Valerie says, shut up already. I don't care. That's not... This is where, well, Albion says, yeah, you don't care. You're gonna be tsundere or whatever bullshit. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, no. I know what you're actually after. So stop the cap. And when you do see the Red Dragon Emperor, don't hold back your emotions. Or mostly that cat girl right next to you was taken in an instant. She will basically snatch him. She will basically won't stop until she gets what she wants. And that's basically his children. And you won't be able to stop her. Because you will be too helpless. This is where, well, mostly Valor kind of has a spike of energy and says, shut up, Albion. This is where it wakes up Kuroka, and Kuroka says, huh, what, an enemy? Where? This is where Valor says, no, there's no enemy. But can you stop talking in your sleep? This is where Kuroka's face becomes a little bit red and says, yeah, it's not my fault. I don't know what I was saying. This is where, well, Valor says, can't remember. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, you got amnesia or something? Kuroka just blushes and says, no, maybe. I don't know. This is where, well, we go into someone with white hair kind of just still training, and for some reason he sneezes a couple times saying, why the hell do I sneeze? Someone talking about my amnesia? Fuck them. Man, I'm trying to still train. I have not figured out shit about my fucking amnesia. But whatever. This is where, well, he starts just talking towards mostly the Red Dragon, and of course wondering if he has any more tips about, like, using the Sacred Gear, but yeah. But other than that, I will end it off here for part 3 of What If Issei was betrayed, cheated, and was a reincarnation of Vergil Sparda, and also had the system. But other than that, I will leave it off here for part 3, and yeah. Now, I did it for 1 hour, so that guy that was kind of asking me to do this What If, about like 3 days most of the time, mostly Vergil's What If, I did it. Now, I will go on with what's it called, my life, or mostly the next What If that I'm going to do. But other than that, bye, see you, and yeah.